Welcome to this episode of Comparison University, Splitting Data. So what we've done here is we've created a new project via the data library, and we've used Smart Upload to attach our data to this project. But you might be noticing that it's not possible to create a comparison using just one data set. So lucky for us, there's some tools available within the data library here that's going to allow us to split out the data in such a way that we're going to be able to build those all-important comparisons. So to do that, check the box next to the data set you want to split, and then go up here to the action menu at the top of your data list and until you find advanced splits. Now, what advanced splits are going to allow you to do is select the attributes based on which you want to subdivide your data sets. So for example, if I want to create a unique data set corresponding to each age range present in my data, I can select all here. And what that's going to do is it's going to group together the open-end responses based on age group. So this 18 to 24-year-old data set, that's only going to contain the open ends or the text from the open ends for people who identified as being 18 to 24 years old. If we click split here, this is going to pretty quickly turn our one data set into 5 different data sets. And to stay organized, we can create a new folder here. We can call that age, and we can move those data sets into that folder. To move, just go back up here to the bulk action menu, and you're going to be able to move it into your newly created folder. So if we go back into the split functionality, we can do this based on any attribute present in that particular data set. So if we go back in, we can see here, we could also do it based on date. So we could select the date range here, and we could split into sections. Say we want monthly data sets or quarterly data sets. We could generate them doing this. We could also segment between people who said they like Star Wars and people who said they don't like Star Wars. The no's representing the dislikes and the yeses representing the likes. And we could also do a location-based comparison here if we wanted, splitting out our responses based on the continent or the region of our respondents. And you can do up to 20 splits of the data set at once, taking this approach. So if we click split here, we're going to see that pretty quickly we've turned our one data set that wasn't particularly useful for the purposes of building comparisons into a bunch of subsets that are. And again, I could create another folder here for location and click create. And then I can move my location-based data sets into that newly created folder. Now, once you've done this, building comparisons is really easy. And to create a comparison from the data library, all you need to do is click on one data set that you want to compare. So in this instance, let's say we want to compare the people who say they like Star Wars versus the people who say they don't like Star Wars. So we'll click on the like group, and we'll click on the data set we want to compare it against. And that's going to bring us right into the results of this analysis. Now you can see here there's not a ton of results. This is a particularly small data set, so we wouldn't expect to learn a lot from this, but we do recommend generally a few thousand words in each data set to generate good, robust insights. Now if we click save here, we're going to be able to explore the results of this analysis in the same way that we did when we created projects via the Explore screen. And in the next episode, we'll talk a little bit about how you can create comparisons when you're working with more than 2 data sets.